Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is July the 23rd, 2025. When this comes out, we might not get the DLC right away because it will be at 12. And this thing goes up at 8 o'clock in the morning. So technically, you won't get this get the DLC. The DLC won't be out when the video is out. But ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the game, we got some news. We saw Penta's entrance. It was pretty cool. He does the zero mural. He does that walk thing he does. And they have both of his pyro, the poof, and the sprinkler that goes around in the circles. I got my headset in. It's in my way with my list. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's interesting. I enjoy that. I was waiting to get to see Penta. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not the only entrance we got today. Because it just got announced that the rest of the WrestleMania 41 pack is coming out tomorrow as well. We will have some tires for Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. And a new playable wrestler. It's not a Persona card. It's going to be Aleister Black. Aleister Black will be back in the game. And I can't wait to play as him. I have a COD on my game. And it doesn't feel right because I want his music. And now we get to have his music and I can delete this creation. And then I get rid of all his logos because he has a lot of tattoos and a lot of things on his jacket. And I'm happy that he's in the game. We saw his entrance. It looks phenomenal. I can't wait to play it. More current wrestlers coming into the game. This was because of the WrestleMania 41 pack. The last time we heard about this, it was because of WrestleMania 41 Arena. It came out. But we didn't get the whole thing. We didn't get the WrestleMania playable wrestler. Who's the new playable wrestler? And all that stuff. People are still upset because they don't have Rusev and they don't have Rey Fenix. If I was WWE, I don't think we will get Rey Fenix this year. Because they need somebody big to be in one of the DLCs. Like Penta was big in one of the DLCs, so has Jordan Grace, and Motor City Machine Guns, Stephanie McCurry and Julia. They need big guys, top guys, to be in their DLCs, because if they put random NXT guys, nobody's going to get 2K26, because I don't want Hank and Tank. Or, I don't know who else is not in the game. I want Yoshi. I don't know Yoshi will be in the game. But yeah, there's some NXT wrestlers that people don't want. And I think Rey Fenix and Rusev is the top ones that everybody wants. And I think they're going to be on 2K26. Aleister Black is on 2K25 because I think that was the whole plan. Because remember, this whole WrestleMania thing, new playable wrestler, was announced before the game was coming out. When they told us all about the new DLCs. So yeah. That's that. That's what I think. So ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about NXT. I got a headache right now. So ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about NXT. We have an interesting NXT. We got a new championship design. Undertaker and Trick Williams had something to say to each other. Disrespect with each other. We got interesting matches. Even the winner's interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, first let's talk about Trick Williams' segment with The Undertaker. He called out The Undertaker because, remember, he disrespected Undertaker's team of the LFG. And they called Undertaker. I think Undertaker called them, and he saw what happened. That's why this whole thing is happening. So, Trick Williams, with his raps and all that stuff, sometimes I don't understand what he's saying, but he did call The Undertaker out. Undertaker came out, and he says, "You have it all. You have it all as the champion. One thing you don't have is respect." So Undertaker gave him this advice, and then he was about to talk about his LFG, but Trick Williams says that he doesn't care about your team on LFG. He says there's nobody on NXT is a superstar like him. No LFG. He did not say TNA, but he says nobody is a better superstar than he is. Undertaker gave him their advice, and he says, if you want to fight me, you want me to switch my switch, he says I could, and you don't want that. And then Trick Williams tried to punch Undertaker. Undertaker caught him with a choke slam. We saw Booker T as well. He is the one that welcomed everybody to Houston, Texas for NXT. We got Michelle McCool. She talked to the Fatal Influence. I will tell you guys more about that and why she's talking to them. And we saw Bubba Ray Dudley and made another match for Tavion Heights and Charlie Dempsey. And if Tavion wins, he's out in no quarter catch crew. But if Charlie Dempsey wins, Tavion Heights will stay there, but he has to smile. And Lexus Kane saying that Miles Bourne is lying about being deaf, because he was wearing noise-canceling headphones, and he heard everything. You know it doesn't work that way, right? You're not deaf because you're wearing noise-canceling headphones. So I don't know what are you talking about, Lexus King. But ladies and gentlemen, we got Jacy Jayne, the double champion, and she made history by winning 2 titles in 2 different brands. Different companies, wrestling companies, and now she's a champion. And she's one of the other people that is a double champion. The last double champion we had was Stephanie McCurr. And she not really didn't make her teammates happy, Paul Hannity and Jasmine Nix, because she said she did it all by herself when she didn't. She had her teammates helping them at Slammiversary and against Stephanie McCurr and against Jordan Grace at Evolution. So yeah, and then she had a whole bunch of things to say, and then she got interrupted by Lash Legend. And she wants a title shot, and she talked about her match at Evolution, the Battle Royal, where she got rid of Nikki Bella, Nia Jax, and all that stuff, and now she wants the title. Jada Parker interrupted. She wants a title shot. And then Jacy Jayne told Fallon, and Jasmine to get them. They said no. So all 3 tried to attack Lash Legend and Jada Parker. Didn't work out. So Jacy Jayne wants to know how they're going to handle those guys, those 2. So Michelle McCool says Fallon Haley should face Lash Legend, and Jasmine Nix should face Jada Parker, because Fallon Haley says that she's better and she knows that she could beat Lash Legend, not like Jasmine Nix and all that stuff. Jasmine Nix is not happy about that. I think Fatal Influence is going to break up and be one of the competitors to face Jacy Jayne for the championships. Well, ladies and gentlemen, championships got to change, I guess. We got Ethan Page have a celebration of being a North American champion, but he says he's from Canada. He's born in Canada, but he was really in America for his whole entire life as a wrestler, but he wants to show his true colors, the Canadian colors, because he unwrapped a rag or a blanket, and it had the Canadian flag. There was 2 of them. And then he says, and then he throws the old North American title out, and he reveals a new one, and it was a Canadian-looking North American title with a Canadian strap. And ladies and gentlemen, he got interrupted by Santino Marella. And he says that Ethan Page doesn't have the respect for these countries and all that stuff. And he says there's one person that does. And that's Santino Marella. And he issued a challenge to Ethan Page next week. Ethan Page says we don't have to wait until next week. You could do it now. And so he got almost Cobra on from Santino. And he didn't want to do the match tonight. So he's going to do it next week against Santino Marella. How long it been Santino ever wrestled on a WWE show? I know it's NXT, but still WWE. And he's going to be wrestling there. That's going to be interesting. Santino actually in a WWE ring wrestling. I hope it's better than what we saw with Robert Stone. Those matches wasn't that best. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the matches here. We got the calling in an mixed 8-person match. We got Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame versus Nico Vance, not face, teaming up with Nico Vance and Shawn Spears to versus Sol Ruka, Tank and Hank, and Zarya. Pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was the calling because of Tatum Paxley. And then we had Jasper Troy versus Ricky Sainz. Some reason Troy likes to yell at people. He was yelling at the referee, and then Troy gets the win by countouts. How? Is that he put Ricky Sainz through the ramp. He did a senton onto Ricky Sainz and broke the ramp in pieces with Ricky Sainz' body. And Troy wins by countouts. Javon Evans is trying to find out what's next. So he's writing things down to find what's next. And a lot of people want his advice. Like Yoshi wanted his advice, what he's going to do with Josh Briggs. And all that stuff. But Javon Evans still doesn't know what's next for him. I'm going to tell you guys more at the end what advice that Javon Evans got. Next match, we got Blake Monroe versus Ren Sinclair. Jordan Grace was banned from the building. She's keep on trying to find her way to get in there. I thought she was invited to watch this match. I thought she was invited. And now Ava says you can't get in there? That doesn't make any sense. Well, the winner of that match was Blake Monroe. She was about to speak until Jordan Grace came out from the audience and attacked Blake. And security got rid of her. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a triple threat match for the NXT Championship. It will be Oba Femi versus Yoshi versus Josh Briggs. And Yoshi and Josh Briggs are trying to help each other, but they're breaking up each other's pins as well. Josh Briggs says he accidentally stepped on a referee's hand. But the winner of that match, and still your NXT champion, was Oba Femi. I don't know if Josh Briggs attacked Yoshi, but he did something outside the ring and yelling at him. And Javon Evans is trying to find out what's next. And he got advice from the great one, The Undertaker. He said, you know what should be next is you go after the biggest dog in the yard. And it looks like it could be Trick Williams. Because he had a little problem with Trick Williams when Trick Williams was doing his little promo with Wesley and the High Rise. So we don't know what's going to happen there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I did tell you that we have to talk about Thursday's video and TNA's video and SmackDown's video. There's no video because I'm having a 2-day vacation. I'm going up north with my dad, and I'm gonna have a relaxing days. Everybody needs a summer vacation. It doesn't matter how long it is. everybody needs some relaxing days. I've been doing these videos for months, and I never had a break, except when I got sick. But that doesn't count. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having a summer vacation on Thursday and Friday. I'll be back on Saturday. And, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. Well, not for you guys, because you guys can't see it. But, yeah, I can't wait to do it. I want some, it was going to be some fun times. I am going to try to watch some wrestling. I'm going to try to keep up on the wrestling. Because TNA is going to be on. SmackDown's going to be on. I still want to watch those things. I won't be doing videos on it. But still. I'm going to have a vacation. I'll be back on Saturday. I don't think there's any pay-per-views I'm going to be missing. So we don't have to worry about that. It's only those two videos. TNA and SmackDown. I'm sorry, but I had to have some type of vacation. That's all me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys tomorrow for AEW results. Hoping that I could put that up because Thursday there's no video at all. So I'm hoping that I upload, I hope I film AEW and I upload it in the morning. I'm hoping. So if there's no AEW, I'm sorry. But that's all me today. That is all. Bye.